We are checking in with Tayana from Taste and See Tampa Bay, who's taking me and us back to my old stomping grounds.
Yeah, Sanibel Island is beautiful. I didn't realize that was your old stomping grounds. It's such a great location to go and have a nice staycation.
By the way, that's actually where I was married as well, Tayana.
Really?
Where you were getting ready to take us will always be a special place to my husband and I as well. We didn't spend as much time as Carly there, but it is such a special spot. So I think enough with the teases, Tayana. Where are we going?
Sanibel Island, it is the perfect spot for a stunning staycation. It is about 2.5 hours south of Tampa, and it has been ranked as one of the best shelling destinations. And let me tell you, these beaches literally have piles and piles of of shells that wash up on their shores. We made the drive in a beautiful 2021 Mazda Cx-5 from Mazda of Wesley Chapel. And I gotta tell you, this car is basically built for fun road trips like this. Everyone, we're hitting the road in a beautiful 2021 Mazda Cx-5 from Mazda of Wesley Chapel. The Grand Touring Reserve Edition is a dream with a 250 horsepower turbo engine and all-wheel drive. Today, we're headed to Sanibel Island, known for its shelling and wildlife. And with a 12-speaker Bose audio system, this car was built for a fun road trip.
Sanibel and Captiva are very, very unique in destination. Sanibel has roughly 2/3 of its land in conservation, so it is not one of those overdeveloped tourism destinations. It is very much unspoiled Florida. Sanibel was actually named Travel Channel's #1 destination for shelling, and we find that as a great honor. One of the coolest things about the island is the way that it's situated on the Gulf of Mexico and has an oxbow in the way that it's shaped. This actually meets the Gulf right here, which creates a great deal of current. You have shells that just tend to accumulate in piles on our beaches, in particular after a storm or after a very high tide. Shelling on these beaches is phenomenal. There are 15 miles of beautiful unspoiled beaches between Sanibel and Captiva and 25 miles of bike trails. So great place to do anything outdoors. The lighthouse is still a functioning lighthouse. It is our most visited beach here on the island, and I highly recommend that if you stop on Sanibel, you definitely make a point to see the lighthouse before you leave.
All right, I hope you're ready for some paddleboarding and some kayaking. We're checking out Tarpon Bay Explorers, which is the one and only way to explore Ding Darling Refuge from the water.
Tarpon Bay Explorers is the concession to the J. Norwood Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge on Sanibel Island. Ding Darling itself is a renowned refuge. It was really initially established as a bird sanctuary. It's one of the best birding places in the entire United States. You may come out here, enjoy kayaking, a boat tour. For those who are beginners, we always recommend guided tours because we teach you before we actually go out. You're going to learn all about the ecosystem within Ding Darling. It's a mangrove estuary. It's one of the most productive ecosystems in the world. It's such a unique place, and every day is different.
All right, all that paddling was definitely a workout. Your girl's a bit out of shape, I'm not gonna lie. I'm so grateful I can cool down with these leather ventilated seats. Now let's see what more there is to explore. I'm exhausted. There was so much to see. It was such a challenge to see it all in one day. I don't know about you, but I definitely need to plan a trip back to Sanibel and Captiva in the future. What I love so much about Sanibel is that it's not your typical tourist destination. There really is just a different vibe there. And I'm sure you both noticed from your time on the island that there are no traffic lights, there are no chain restaurants or hotels or retailers. It's really local and just has that nice Florida vibe to it.
Oh, couldn't agree more. That's one thing, like we used to come there, and I feel like it's so funny when you're there. There's so many Midwesterners. Carly, you can I'm sure attest to that. It seems like that's like one of the main travel spots for people, up in like Ohio and Indiana and things. And that's why I had the memories there and why I wanted to get married there. That was before we even knew we were going to be moving to Tampa.
Tayana, though, did you see anyone do the Sanibel Stoop? That's like this big thing when you're looking for shells. It's called the Sanibel Stoop. It's been dubbed that, and it's always a lot of fun. And seriously, the shelling. If people like to go, there's people that like shark's teeth, right? And that's a little further south too. And then if the shelling, that is the place to go. And you didn't even really hit on Captivas right there as well, which is
exactly, and that's a whole other part of it. There's just so much in that area, but the shelling cannot be beat, because literally as soon as you step onto the beach, it is piles of shells. Cool. It is so much fun to sort through.
So cool.